Yo, yo, yo! Welcome to my channel. My name is Alberto. Today I'm on my way to Varberg, which is on the Swedish west coast. It's a 2.5 hour drive, 227 kilometers to be exact, from where I live. I'm gonna meet up with my friend Björn. He's a fisherman. I've been fishing with him for a lot of years, and a few weeks ago he asked me if I wanted to come with him to pick some oysters. So this video is all about oysters.
I got big dog status, I'm a big dog vet. I pull up on the block in a big Corvette. Yeah, ride around the city with a stick all black. Try with a poker, we with all that. Yeah, big dog status, I'm a big dog vet. Pull up on the block in a big Corvette. Ride around the city with a stick all black. Try with a poker, we with all that.
Whoa, what a day I had. That was so much fun, and we found a lot of oysters, and they were delicious, like one of the best oysters I've ever had. And I'm on my way home, back to the kitchen. I haven't really figured out what I'm gonna do yet, but I have a long way to think about it. So I'll see you guys when I'm back in the kitchen. Okay, so we're back in the kitchen. I have my oysters here that I've cleaned and washed. This is my favorite one, sitting on a rock. Here's a white one. They're all different, I like that. On the drive home, I decided to make oyster tart. Kind of like the rhubarb tart from the previous video. If you haven't seen it, go and watch it, it's right there. So I'm gonna make the same dough basically, without egg and without sugar and salt instead. And I'm gonna infuse it with some ramson powder. So I'm gonna open this one, clean it, put the dough into the shell, bake it like that so it takes the shape of the shell. So I'm gonna put this in the fridge for now, and I'll start with the dough. The ingredients for the dough is some flour, salt and dill powder. cubed cold butter, and some ice cold water. This is shifted flour, salt and the dill powder. And now I'm gonna add all the butter at once. And slowly add the cold water. And let this go for about 30 seconds to 1 minute. This is now gonna rest in the fridge for a few hours. While I'm waiting, I'm gonna make an oyster mayonnaise. I'm gonna start out with separating this amazing egg. And I'm gonna open this small oyster. I'll chuck it in here. And to my egg and oyster, I'm gonna add some salt. Just a little bit to start with. Here I have some rose vinegar. I'm gonna slowly add some cold pressed rapeseed oil. I'm gonna season it with some more salt and just a tad more vinegar. Woo! Perfect. Oyster mayo. So now that the mayo is done and the dough is resting in the fridge, it's time to open my favorite oyster. This one that's sitting on a rock. Let's see if I can get it open without breaking it. Oh, it's so juicy. Careful. Oh. Now I'm going to cut it loose and pour it into this pot. I'm gonna clean the shell and get it ready for the dough. Right, so the dough has been resting. Flour. Sure. It has to be super thin. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna put this in the freezer right now. Hopefully it's gonna take this shape when I bake it. It's gonna be super cool if I can manage this. I'll put it in the freezer and we'll see how it turns out. Okay, let's see. How are we going to do this? Careful incision right here. And I'm simply following the shell carefully. I think this can actually work. Now, same as with the sweet tart, I need something to weigh it down so it doesn't rise. Put some plastic foil right on top of it. And I need my piece. All right, so I popped this in the oven now at 170 Celsius and I'm guessing 12 minutes. Ciao. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna take off the plastic bean bag, pea bag or whatever you want to call it. Oh, it looks so cool. 3 minutes? Yeah. Yeah. Slow down, run. 2 more minutes. Okay, here goes nothing. It's crumbling. It's crumbling. Why is it crumbling? So that dough didn't work. I tried and I tried. It was crumbling all the time, it was sticking to the shell. Maybe I made a mistake somewhere, I don't know. But instead, I made the exact same dough as for the rhubarb tart. Instead, I just added salt and ramson powder this time. And it turned out like this. Kind of looks like Africa. So this is the same exact dough. It's a sweet dough, but you can't really taste the sweetness once it's baked with the salt and the garlic flavor. I'm gonna deep fry some of this sea lettuce. I got this from Björn actually. It has a deep sea flavor and it's super salty. So I have to pat them dry with this towel so this oil doesn't explode. So I'm gonna drop this into the oil. Looks like this when it's fried, still green, I love it. A little bit of salt. That's it. Crunch test. Wow. Perfetto. So for the oyster, I'm gonna dip it into some flour, then some egg, and then breadcrumbs, and then deep fry them. Snack for me. Perfect. So now it's time for plating. Okay, so these are all my components. The ramson shell, the oyster mayo, the oysters, the fried seaweed. Here I have some pickled rose petals. First, I need to blanch some of the seaweed. And immediately when I dip them in the hot water, they turn green, as you can see. And I'll grab my stone right here with the oyster shell on top. Some oyster mayo. The oysters. Pickled rose petal. Fried seaweed. There we have it. Okay, so let's dive in. If I can take it off this shell without breaking it. Cheers. Ah, shit, it broke. Whatever. Wow. You cannot taste the sweetness from the shell. It tastes like garlic. Seaweedy, garlicky, oystery. That's a word. The crispiness from the seaweed is delicious. Wow. I want to say thank you to Björn. I had a really good time with him. Thank you, Björn. So I guess that's it for today's video. If you liked it, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you get notifications when I upload videos. Thank you very much. Take care. Ciao! I'll make you move like